Legacy Immortal VP.
Naku, lakad mo tatang!
Normally.
Pretty slow and greedy with Sand King TA and another carry. But if you put this TA carry, they go that route. So it's a bit faster, you get more robustness. And we'll see how these lanes go up. I'm interested to see where EG decides to send the Rubik and where
They want to push him out of the lane as soon as possible. And oh, he's using aggressive stun. There's the enchant. He's in a lot of trouble. He's actually dead. He's the first blood material.
He was really hoping that he could make this play over here on Arteezy, but just not quite has those numbers.
Yeah, Kits is rank 120 in North America.
All right. Gives a chance to show off his chops here as B-God does fall. Jerax with that enchant, making sure that he is not allowed to, and really just bringing the whole village.
There's the right creep. Dark Troll Summoner, the best creep you can get in the game. And the cut, they used the big pull. Oh, the damage.
Oh, that's a lot, and that's enough.
I mean, look at the damage.
Jerax bringing the Pinecone boys over, sees Overloam. Gonna start chasing him down slowly, allow Crit to take that Nightmare off, gets the lift off, toss it back, does have the Brain Sap. That's eventually, oh, it's still gonna be Crit who gets the final hit. I thought Abed was gonna.
That creep model is too big. And this is why I said, you know, they don't need to help Sand King because he definitely not gonna defend this one. Top lane, they have no reveal whatsoever. No one has a dust or a sentry.
Oh, but they do manage to do that.
Never mind.
Burrow Strike, he starts channel, thought about it, but of course Crit's feeling that Sandstorm himself. Do you have that trap? They do realize they're over there. The question is, can they make something happen? As there is a little bit of a fight breaking out. They have the Deso, nice Burrow Strike coming out, but there it is. There's the Ravage over onto multiples. It's not looking good. B-God's gonna be the first one to fall, and they'll put out the damage. They'll take down Kits. As the hunt is on Scourge with a big meld strike, wants to finish off, and Luke just keeps zipping around. Can they get Crit? Oh, there it is. At the last, they will be able to finally get it. Nice Burrow Strike coming through again. They'll turn their attention over to Arteezy.
This is a good fight for Cut.
Yeah, they're just chasing after them. The good Nightmare holding into place over onto the Tiny. Scourge trying to make his way over. Just have to be a bit careful. Nicely done. Can they take down Tiny? Yes, they can. That's going to go over to Overloam. Aid looking for this opening. I'm just going to try to get rid of the Satyr. Kits jumping forward, pokes a little bit over to Kits, but they have the lift, the toss back. Follow up here with the slow cuts of shot. Getting into position with the Burrow Strike. We'll drop them in the Mystic Flare. They need a little bit more damage over onto Nightfall. They don't quite have it. Another couple clicks. No, not going to be able to do it. They overextend. And Arteezy finding himself a kill. The epicenter over on the back line doesn't quite do enough here as they finally do manage to take down Nightfall. Fiend Script though over onto the Tiny. It's looking good. They've got a lot of that negative armor. The chase after Arteezy. They should be able to get this kill. Scourge on a killing spree. The taunt back though should be able to get the kill on Bane. Aid finding this opening. They want the kill over onto Abed. He's got the Essence Ring. They have to get a bit more damage. There's no mana left over on B-God, really. So they chase down Abed. He's trying to zip forward. There's a double damager. Can he get into his bottle? Can he get over there in time? And they get the kill on Aid. They have not been able to get the kill on Abed just yet. And Scourge trying to figure out where he wants to go. Sees Jerax. Look at that meld strike. Oh my god. It's so much damage. But they have to get over there. They need to close the gap onto Jerax. And keep going for this Roche. It's just proving to be very difficult for them to get that at. Oh, the lift up over onto Scourge. Step 4, BKB coming out from Scourge though again after Abed following up with a nice Burrow Strike. There it is, there's the Ravage. It's still not going to be enough. They take down Aid. And there's no BKB left over here on Scourge. Has to be careful as Jerax and Nightfall holding him into place over the back lines. Abed again trying to escape death, trying very hard. Drops that Remnant. Can they pop him? Can they get the final hit off the drag back with the Vortex? Yes, they'll be able to do that. But they do manage to take down Scourge with death. But that Fiend Script again with the Mystic Flare doing enough damage to take down Arteezy. Overload will pay for this. Kits trying to get out of here. That last impetus though is going to be able to land right smack on the nose. B-God wants the kill on the Rubik. And he'll find it. It's a triple kill though for Nightfall.
That was a good.
Okay, only managed to get the courier snipe. That is the blast rig. Jerax very forward here. Burrow Strike forward into a lot. There's the Ravage, but the follow-up coming in hot here. Didn't quite manage to be able to take down now. Follow-up over onto Rubik. Crit's going to be taken out. Jerax does buy back. Let's get back into this fight, but over on the back lines, Kits is going to pop. They're going to reset. Get a buyback on the Sand King.
That's one way to do it. I mean, Sand King went in, forced a Ravage, and then bought back.
Oh, they were hoping to
Buyback
try
from
to
Kit.
jump back over onto Jerax. There's the Fiend Script, though, like we talked about. They found a different target this time around. It's going to be the Void Spirit, and they'll be able to take down Abed. Buyback coming out from Abed. They're making the plays here over onto Ortiz. He is silenced up. They've got a lot of magic
Damage on
damage like we're
Ortiz.
talking about. They need a little bit more. There it is. They'll be able to take him out, and Nightfall's just taking a little bit of a nap over here. He's going to try to teleport away. They have the stop, though. They have the way to cancel it out. And they'll rip apart Nightfall, and perhaps someone finally going to be able to go into this Roche pit.
I'm getting the flashback.
Makes their way back over. They have the vision, they have the ward, the jump forward immediately, jumping onto the back lines, want to take down Crit. Not quite having enough, but there's the BKB. All right, they'll be able to take down Crit. They'll turn their attention now over to Abed with the Mystic Flare. He's just gonna get blown up. And they're hunting for anything else that they could possibly get.
Used the buyback, but is very low on mana. He used a lot of his
He's
mana
gonna
to
be careful
get a jump.
because they
He's still
find
on
that
the
this could
board.
be a dieback. It's like just deja vu all over again. He does have the BKB though this time. Not a lot of mana though. He's gonna be very, very careful. That Mystic Flare though does so much. Oh my goodness, they get the kill on Abed. They'll get the kill on 8. There's gonna be the buyback though coming out from 8. Crit to fall. Jerax running for his life. Scourge, he wants this. He's chasing. He's got the silence. Do they have the damage though? Do they have anything to cancel it out? They just turn back around, put out the hits, and that's a dead Jerax. Not hits, getting
Aeon
tossed
Disc for the
up.
proc.
He's got the Aeon Disc though, so he's absolutely fine. Dragging back, and looks like they're gonna reset this opening. They went for the Ravage. I guess they went and connected over on Dave, but he has his own Aeon Disc, so he's absolutely fine. He's gonna go back in with the Epicenter. Crit over on the back lines, gets wiped out of commission. As they'll hold on to this Nightfall here in place. Try to put a bit of damage out. Get silence though over here onto the Storm. Have the Ethereal Blade. That's another Ravage to toss into the air though. Oh, good Fiend Script over here onto the Tiny, but the silence coming through here. As Scourge chases after them, they've got plenty of damage, and there's Mystic Flare over onto the back.
Tiny's dead.
Tiny is gonna be just blown up as Nightfall left behind here. Does manage to get the kill over onto 8. That was a dieback, I believe, but they'll follow up over onto Abed. They'll chase after Nightfall. They want this kill. They have the Nightmare. They have the damage. They've got everything that they need. High ground. Again, does have the Aegis. Backpack the Aeon Disc. Couple hits here from Jerax. A little bit short there over from 8. Followed up with a nice Ravage. They've got the Nullifiers. They should be able to blow up Sand King. Disarmed over here on the Storm. They've got silence on him as well. Still have another playing very carefully here. They do manage to go and find themselves the Storm. Toss up into the air. Silence. Gonna just zip away. Still holding on to that Aegis. Still holding on to the BKB. And they'll find the kill on Jerax. Just happened to be on the wrong side of the jungle, the wrong spot. Kids doing a little bit of poking and prodding. Has to be careful though. Again, still has that Aegis. Okay, the Aegis is going to pop. The rest of the team making their way over here. Nice Ravage coming out from Nightfall. So they're going to put out some of that damage over onto
is
the
available.
TA. But
Can
they're
he get
not
it
gonna
off?
be able to do it in time. No, he's down. They'll buy back immediately over the back line, so they'll still be able to take down Crit. And the follow-up over here, Aeon Disc is going to proc over here onto Abed. They need to put some more damage on. Nice
There's
Fiend
the
Script.
Fiend
There
Script.
it is. It's beautiful. It's enough. They take down Arteezy. They take down Nightfall. The cut, just slicing them up into pieces. They don't manage to get Abed at the end of the day, but they'll have to settle for Jerax.
Coming up from the Templar Assassin with the Psionic Projection. She TPs and...
They GG.
Yeah, they call it.
GG.
Their lineup wants to fight, but Terrorblade might just be more comfortable for them and a bit more robust in terms of what you were saying, objective taking.
Okay, so they're going to go for the offlane Viper Tusk. I was already thinking TB.
Just make him useless.
We'll have to see if that all goes according to your plan, like you said. Definitely makes sense. They start off with a nice Burrow Strike right off the bat. Crit taking a lot of damage here. That tag team, you know, it's doing work, but it's still going to be the first blood going
Oh, the
over.
mist
And
uphill.
they didn't get crit. Oh, and it looks like they're going in for a little bit more here. B-God having to be a bit careful.
Just like the map reading was top tier. And yeah, this Scourge McDuck in a lot of trouble.
Ooh, right underneath
Very
his own
dead.
tower, too. That feels real bad.
What's gonna happen is he's gonna come to bottom lane, die one more time, and then go to jungle.
Okay, all right. Overloom trying the best that he can to try to just get off those spells, realizing he is eventually falling. But trying to be as value as possible. But yeah, does that imply that EG is a little...
I'd even say that it's time to get out of this lane, because he's not getting anything. He has 11 CS compared to Viper's 15 and 10 denies.
Oh, this top lane is a bloodbath, but We'll have to go take off that bug, not fast enough. And there is a sentry placed over here, so 8 has to be careful because I don't think he recognizes this, though he's very aware of it now. Look at the sentry coverage coming out here. That is a kill for Arteezy, who also has the 6 if Abed makes this rotation. In fact, they're going to send Crit over. I was going to ask if this was going to be the play here, as they use the Exorcism. A little bit surprised on this, but Abed does have to be careful. They get a decent amount of damage, a little bit more hits. One more hit will actually do the trick for Abed if they could just close the gap.
Abed's
and they
fine.
get it?
He's out.
No, he's out. That Crypt Swarm, though, came a little close, I think.
Surprised the first Crypt Swarm did not connect. It looked like it's gonna, but it felt like just a little bit off the mark. Jarex trying to deny himself, and
Yeah, he gets it.
he will, but he will be
oh.
dead for 25, and Overlom actually gets Abed.
Was he just getting too greedy? Was he looking for like a rune or something?
I was watching Jarex.
Yeah, oh my goodness. Some of these errors coming out, very costly. This does, of course, now they have a Cardi wait.
+1. This Terrorblade dies.
I hear a Dream Coil. And I see Overloam is got the Nightmare out over on Jarex. He's going to try to buy a bit more time, but these plinks coming in from Abed should be able to clean up over onto the Bane. I'm going to go for the Exorcism play over onto Abed. They don't have anything to cancel out the TV. Do they have the damage? Yes, they do.
That was
and they
barely got tower, which is going to open up another area of the map. Still a bit worried for them, because AM still free farming.
Kid's going for that Exorcism right away. They're going to try to channel up with the Epicenter. Can they get enough damage down?
Big
Overload holding on to the side. They managed to go take down Abed. They'll lose aid. There's going to be the Nightmare tossed out over here onto the Weaver. Scourge joining into the fight here. They get the silence off. They need a little bit more damage. They don't quite have it. So Jarex going to be allowed to live this time around as Nightfall starts stacking up that point.
That's big. And they know the Exo is down, so they are seeking for a fight right now.
Yeah, look at this. Kit's just kind of dancing around a little bit. Does have the Yules available. Silence followed up here with the Sand King and the Epi to do a lot of damage. Not quite enough, though, to take down Nightfall as they get the Dream Coil down. Crit looking for the opening, but they have a lot of damage. They're all just taking a bath in the middle of this Nether Toxin. Crit somehow still alive and eventually will fall. 8 already going down. They've got a bit of the hunt down. We do have Arteezy joining into the fight. He'll get the kill. As they'll chase after Overlord, they got the kill on top of that. They still have the vision. Abed, though, is he going to be able to survive? Is he going to be able to do it? No, they finally close the gap on him, but they'll get the kill on B. So is down, though. They have to be careful. See Nightfall trying to chip away over here at the tower. They can't quite get that denial off, so it is going to eventually fall. A little bit of a Nightmare tossed off over onto Nightfall. Again, he's tanky, though. You have to be careful of that. They'll turn their attention over onto Crit.
Silence,
and over on the
Epi.
back lines, Terax, he will be the first one to fall. The Epicenter getting dropped, and they also dropped the Dream Coil. Have to be careful, though, with that Nether Toxin. Yule's coming into play. Buy just a little bit more time, but they have too much damage. 8 will be the next one to fall. Crit it will fall as well as Abed keeps trying to dance around, poking and prodding over here at Kits. But Nightfall is getting chased after by Scourge. Over on the back lines, they do have to be careful. They've got Spirit Sight
He's out of
and
mana.
Silence. They'll get the kill on Scourge. As the rest of the team, they continue to chase. They want this kill on the Death Prophet. They're cutting her off. She gets the Crypt Swarm, but it's not going to be enough here. Overlord getting into position here. Gets the signs. They turn it back around. They get the kill on Abed. Be God now getting clicked down. And there's a little bit of a sleepy time here for Arteezy as he does get nightmared. And the rest of the side of the cut just flee.
Yeah, break the smoke.
This is the guy you want to... I mean, if he doesn't have to die, it's even better. But nah, Abed, he's hungry. He wants the Bane. Although, oh no, they might turn this back around. The snowball coming through from Crit gets the punch off. They'll be able to blow up Kits almost instantly. My goodness. That is the BKB completed, though. B-God running for his life. Doesn't want to let Arteezy touch his little wings here. But Arteezy, he's not going to let him get away. He's hoping maybe he can get the dial. No. The Golems will not allow it. An 8 here in the top lane. They have the vision. Jarek's already in position having that sentry. Gonna just get the Yules, try to buy a bit more time, gets the Burrow Strike off. Is he gonna be able to get out in time? There's too much. No, they get the Dream Coil. They go and just make sure that that Sand King is going home in a body bag.
Getting kills.
The double damage is activated over on Arteezy. They have to be very, very careful. Abed looking for the opening, gets the silence up over onto Overloom. He's gonna fall. And on the back line, they get the kill onto Jerax. Follow up here with the Yules into the air, trying to buy some more time here. The Sand King, though, is not looking too healthy as they'll end up losing. Kits over here on the side. And this is looking like a very dead B-God to boot.
You're actually, that's a high key play for sure.
When it's time to call it, it is time to... There was no Fiend's Grip to hold them in place, and yeah, now EG is gonna take care of the rest of the barracks. That's gonna be 2 sets. They can't finish the game because there's still a tier 2 tower on the bottom.
I mean, this is the EG that fans were hoping that they would see, right? Like, this was... First game was pretty surprising for a lot of people, but this time showing why they're one of those top teams here. Scourge just has nothing left, is not going to be able to do much other than just try to hit back a little bit.
He got caught in the previous fight. There was like no real follow-up. There was no snowball save.
Ooh,
And look at Arteezy with the
You're
aggressive
poking. Yeah, there it is.
play.
There's the sheep stick coming in hot. Burrow strike is nice, but not going to be able to quite do enough as Kits and Overloom have already fallen. Now Sand King running for his life. They have that Dream Coil over onto the back lines. Abed gets a kill on B-God. And they have the BKB already popped over onto Scourge, but they're going to end up losing Crit 8 to the next one to fall. Multiple buybacks coming out from the cut. It's getting thrown out. They have to be very careful. Very careful indeed with that Hex coming out. They know Overloom is one of those lockdowns. B-God will fall. Overloom next to go. Buyback coming up for Death Prophet.
Oh,
And the
Arteezy
Sand King
dropping
that turned
low.
back. They get the kill over onto Aeon, though, is the question, as he is silenced. But they need more lockdown. They need to be able to hold him into place, and they don't have it. Aeon just will get popped now over on Abed. So send back a couple more. Pretty important here. Oh, the stun up over onto Jerax. Okay, they'll take down the Weaver, but they already have the Aegis online now for Arteezy. So he's going to blink forward. Start chasing after Kits here. They'll throw out one of the illusions. You can see over the back line. Oh no, Kits is already just blown up. They'll get aid too. The buybacks now coming out from the puck. He wants to be a part of this, but Scourge is going to be able to teleport away with that BKB. This is going to be very difficult for them. They're not with some of these big team fight ultis that are very important. B-God also, this is not looking good. He's also downed. The damage is being dealt over to the tower. You just don't have enough bodies here. Plus that Hex coming out over onto Scourge. That's going to be a Walrus punch up at the air. Will just evaporate. Scourge is down. The buyback, though, not willing to give this up without a fight, but this Ancient is just crumbling. And they'll put off a little bit more.
But it's the, that early window where you need some extra really strong damage to break through that back. What a spicy last pick there, Pugna. The old Pugna Bristleback synergy.
I mean, its win rate went up a lot.
Coming out. Man, mid lane is like I think a lot of players just wanted to see something different on a mid lane. All right, first blood. I wanted to say that, nothing much changed. Not much changed about is just a secret shop that has.
Oh gosh, all right.
God, the bottom.
That just happened. Right. Still throwing out some hits over here onto Jerax. Does have that salve, though. Potentially turn. Oh gosh, all right. Scourge McDuck falling in the top lane. Crit also sitting very low. Still man fighting here with Jerax.
Jerax?
Oh, but the tower!
Oh, he didn't be from one of those kills. Let's see, the rotation from Crit.
I mean, this is what I was expecting. He's going to try to go use the life drain, but he's going to get bushwhacked over here onto the side. Kids have to be careful. Bugs are getting tossed out. And be able to get the kill over onto Bugna and Overloom also to fall. Abed gets himself a double kill here. But the pressure's being placed on the top lane. They are chasing after this Bristleback, and they apply that break, and he is toast. See a little bit of this invasion going on. They're trying to keep tabs on Scourge. Jerax. Come through, and there it is. There's that blink like we talked about. They'll wind up with the sharpshooter, but the Nightmare comes out from Overloom. Gonna buy a little bit more time. Good arena, but it's not going to connect over onto Jerax here. They still have the vision on him, though, and
Happening. Arteezy getting out of the pit immediately.
No, that's the question. Blink forward here. Silence to follow up with the arena over onto the back lines, but they have the BKB. Overloom trying to best. He's going to just get off that ult, but still going to die, as is Aid. Crit here trying to dodge around for the Mystic Flare, just barely making it around the corner. B-God sitting so very low. As you can see, Scourge, he's trying everything. He's trying to keep those Warpath stacks up. He's trying to just get off enough quills. Be able to take down Crit. Kits, though, is going to be left for dead here, and then that is just get some of this information, throwing out the bugs over to Overloom. They know that he is one of those big lockdowns that are on this. Decrepify coming into play. No, it's not going to be enough to save them. So Scourge McDuck continuing to stack up. Okay, there's a nice arena here. Follow
There's
the
the
Mystic
damage.
Flare. There it is. That's what we're looking for. But the BKB over onto Abed. He's going to protect, and Scourge having to run. He just seems to be melting like paper over here. They have anything to try to keep Scourge, but they do not. Abed just going to be allowed to just walk away after all of this, thanks to that BKB. Jump in coming out now from Arteezy. They get Kits, they get B-God. B-God going to buy back.
Middle of the pack, like Dragon Knight has more farm than him, and
Oh dear, that is just a
initiation
dead
again.
And that's their basic catch here for the side of the cut, because they, like you said, they have this damage, but they just have to have a way to hold people down into place so that way they can actually apply it.
DPC plus Deso plus Skelly Bros, too much damage. And I mean, we can see some difference in the experience, like how they approach these fights. And this is what you know, we haven't seen too much because there's always going to be someone to defend, but hold that thought.
Kits was getting jumped on. They do manage to find the Hoodwink this time around, so there's not going to be as much of that break mechanic being applied over, but Scourge is going to fall already. His aid already looking very, very low thanks to that Spirit Vessel and all the damage. Be able to take down RTs the first time, but they need to do more than that, and these are just the supports. The Overlord is going to fall. Follow up, they had the Mystic Flare. They just didn't have anything to hold them into place as the jump forward over onto Nightfall into the base continues as B-God having to be careful. He is looking rough for the cut as Kits just gets the life drain off, but immediately the sun coming out from Nightfall will be able to follow up this war, just doing hardly anything to these guys as Kits will fall. The GG gets...
Right. Trinkets.